Hi, Geminis. How are you? I am here to do a tarot card reading for you for the month of July. I'm also going to share any channeled messages or predictions that come to me through spirit. I'm just going to let you know right now that don't shoot the messenger. Whatever comes out is meant to come out. I'm just here to deliver a message, and whether that resonates with you partially or fully or not at all, make sure to check your other sign placements. This is going to be applicable to any Gemini placement that you have in your chart, or for any cross watchers. You know, the energy is going to apply either to you or to the other person. Yeah, and if you hear any background noise, I have one playful puppy and one older dog that they're playing together, and it's really cute, and they can be a little rambunctious sometimes. So if you hear any noise, that's what's going on, is cute puppies playing together right off camera over here. So that's what's going on my end. Let's see what's going on your end, Gemini. I am really curious to see what's going to come out for you, because it's been kind of crazy, out there in the world right now. You know, there's a lot of high vibrations and low vibrations happening at the same time, and just everything seems to be speeding up, I would say. I feel a quickening of the energy. And I feel like right now, or for a while, you've had your mind on your money and your money on your mind. That's what I see, is cha-ching, those dollar sign eyes. And for those of you in which that doesn't apply, then it's probably love that you've been really honing in on. And I just actually saw, Spirit just said, well, actually those that are focusing hardcore on money are probably want love just as badly too. But for Geminis, I feel for you Geminis, I feel it's easier to get that bag than it is to find the love of your life. So I'm sorry if that's the case for you. That's why tarot can be really helpful in knowing what direction you're going, or what you're going through and how to overcome it, or just general advice, or just general information that helps you hear the things you already know. We're going to keep that. And I'm curious about what landed on the... Okay, yep. You know what? I'm going to keep that. Spirit says keep that. And I didn't do this for any other sign, but I'm going to actually draw 2 more cards for this section, because these fell on the floor. And to me, that kind of means it's Spirit wants to speak to you, but it's it's not hitting the table. It's not showing itself. It's sort of the energy is there, but it's not necessarily the biggest focus. Or if it is a big focus, it's partial to only some of you. So let me just draw 2 more cards, because I mean, for you Gemini, it only makes sense that you would have 2 different stories going on, right? Oh my gosh, your inner world and your outer world, I feel are 2 very different places to be. So, and your logic mind and your creative mind, I feel are 2 very different places to be. So let's draw for this one and this one. Okay. Bottom of the deck energy. Wow. All right. So, yeah. I'm just going to say this right now. You definitely feel stagnant. The reason why I say that is because you have the stag and then you have boredom, and I just literally saw stagnant. So not saying that, and when I say your mind's on your money on your mind, and things are moving and things are quickening, it may not feel that way, but on an energetic way, on an energetic level, on the undercurrent, I should say, not necessarily the surface level of what you see, but the undercurrent is the undercurrent of change and of a quickening of the things that are meant to be in our lives. So for you Gemini, I feel you've had this new beginning for a while. You started this for a while. I feel you went into you basically like knew what you wanted for a long time, even if it wasn't solidified, but you knew you would know it when you felt it. And I feel like you've already taken steps to have that new beginning for yourself. And now it's sort of like you've worked so hard, you've worked so fast, you've worked so long, and now you have the thing you thought you wanted, and it all is fine and dandy. However, it's like, now what? That's kind of the energy I'm getting, is sort of like, okay, now I'm doing it. I'm doing the thing. I'm getting that bag. You're staying on course. You're achieving your goals, but it's like, now what? Like, what's the next thing? Like, you feel kind of unsatisfied with what you have in your life to a certain extent. I don't want to like paint that picture over your entire life, because I'm sure there are glorious moments that you have, like with other people or even with yourself. I feel like you've traveled a lot and you've had really enjoyable moments while traveling. But when it comes to like your home base, your hometown, where your job is, where you do most of your day to day, it's sort of like, okay, now what? Like, if I'm not like out there like trying to have a good time, my life is sort of whatever. That's kind of the feeling I get. And so the energy that's being called to you is to balance out your inner world and your outer world. Bring synchronicity, have them syncopated, or not syncopated, that's like offbeat. So you want to have them synchronized. That's the word I'm looking for. Oh my gosh. Have your inner world and your outer world be synchronized through balance. And that is so, so important, especially for you, Gemini, because you have such a rich inner world, which can be vast. You have the capacity to have an extremely rich inner world and mind and body and spirit and emotions and soul, to be so different from what's happening on your external reality. Like, you can show people one side of you, but I know that there's a deeper side of you that you don't necessarily open up, you don't let others see very often. So it's kind of like you're living in two different worlds right now. And what the universe is calling for you to incorporate into your day-to-day is, are you expressing your inner needs enough? Are you expressing your creativity enough? Are you letting your uniqueness, your weirdness, your crazy out a little bit more? Like, show people what makes you special, Gemini. Like, outside of your emotional immature, I almost said immaturity, but I meant maturity. So maybe a few of you are struggling with emotional maturity, and how you can tell whether you're emotionally mature is, can you think 100% objectively about your situation in the things that you want and need? Can you identify what you want and what you need, and what you can do to make that happen on an emotional level? Like, even exploring that without just being like, oh, I'm fine, everything's fine. Like, emotional intelligence is being able to communicate openly with others about deeper stuff and not run away, and be afraid. Like, can you be vulnerable? That's the sign of emotional maturity, is, can you be truthful? Can you be vulnerable? So ask yourself that question. How many people in your life, how many situations in your life are you allowing yourself to be vulnerable? How often are you vulnerable? How vulnerable are you when you feel like you are being vulnerable? Have you ever been hurt while you've been vulnerable? And like, looking at that and actually processing that and looking deep within. Not about like pointing fingers, because I'm sure the other person messed up, Gemini, okay? Like, they definitely messed up. But think about how you got into that situation to begin with. And instead of saying things like, oh, well, woe is me, that sucked, like, really look at how you were on an emotional level to even get to that point. Because I know, Gemini, you can logic your way out of any problem. You can. However, the emotions are kind of illogical. So you have to like take that into consideration with your calculations about your own emotions. So seriously, like, that is what I'm getting when I'm just looking at this section here. Like, this tells me that you've had your new beginning. And for those of you who haven't felt like you've had a new beginning, I'd say, like, in the past 5 years, if you haven't had a really significant new beginning in the past 5 years, then this is saying that it feels delayed and there are reasons why it's delayed. And the next message that I've been talking about applies to either story. So that's what I think about that. So yeah, the stag is one of those creatures who are considered majestic. They are considered very spiritual. Like they are like a spiritual animal. Like seeing a white stag is almost like a miracle or a sign from God. So, or, great spirit or spaghetti monster in the sky, whatever you believe in, of a higher power. Like, and if you don't, maybe that'd be something to look into, because this is asking for you to stand and beat your own drum. Go to the beat of your own drum. Balance your inner world and your outer world. Let that come out. Be a warrior for yourself. Be your own best advocate in the beat of your own drum. You don't have to go to the beat of anybody else's drum but your own, Gemini. The stag also is very stoic and patient and watchful. They have a very watchful eye. And deer and stags and all those hooved antler creatures, they are seen as very gentle creatures. However, the stag is a gentle creature, but if provoked, can gore the shit out of somebody. So, like, that's kind of the energy that it's asking for, is to be more gentle, be more kind, be more, like, gentle and kind to yourself, and be more open and watchful to your own inner states of being and external states of being, and like the people around you. People around you want to connect with you. I feel like I see that for some reason I'm looking at these like many points on his antlers, and I just saw like there were many points in which you want to shut down from the world, or just put your nose to the grindstone and just forget about everybody else. Like, but those points are also points of where you've been wounded. You've grown from that, and you've learned how to defend yourself. Basically, you've learned how to stand up for your truth. You've learned how to connect with that truth. And now it's just about letting that out a little bit more, like even more. That's what we need. We need you, Gemini, your weirdness, even more in this world right now. So go to the beat of your own drum, be your own best advocate, because that's going to help you so much get out of this state of boredom. Like I said, even before we drew the cards, like that sense of like, all right, now what? Like boredom. That's the kind of the feeling I keep getting. And it's funny that it even came out. So like, to have more emotional fulfillment, you need to be more watchful for your own emotions and for the emotions of other people. Like observe other people. If you have a hard time, dealing with yourself or noticing your own emotions, like paying attention to other people's emotions will help you recognize your emotions too. Also, having other people in your life can trigger a lot of emotions. So you want to like feel something, go on a date. If you want to feel something, call up one of your siblings or your parents you haven't talked to in a while, and just observe your feelings. Like use it as kind of like a science experiment. Okay, I think that's going to help you a ton. Because and let's just go into the next row. The next row is about moving on to something better. So that's what you're doing, is like, okay, I've had my new beginning, or like, where is it? You do the work that it takes to actually connect with your emotions and your spirituality and letting your weirdness out. And that's going to help you move on to the very thing that you want. And so I find it funny, if you notice here on this 6 of arrows, which is like the 6 of swords, it's a ship that's moving these people to calmer shores, to land, to safety. Like it's like moving on energy. You're moving forward. You're moving to better days ahead, like moving on to better things. It may feel like a little bit of a mystery, like what is it? What is the thing I'm moving into? Well, it will reveal itself in time. What I feel like you're looking for is the total package. You want all the abundance. Notice here, this symbol looks an awful lot on the symbol on the sail of the boat is like the wheel of life. And it looks a lot like these wands that are in a circle around a fire on the other card that's below that. And guess what this card is? It's abundance. That's what you want. That's why I say you want the full package. You want all the money, you want the passion, you want the joy, you want the abundance, you want it all. You want that relationship. You want to feel turned on, like what turns you on, Gemini? Bring that out. Like you're going towards that, whether you realize it or not. But right now I feel like there's just this like block of stagnancy of like, all right, what next? What do I do next? Whether you know what to do or not. It's saying connect more with yourself. That's what I'm feeling like. Connect more with yourself. And the bottom of the deck energy, I'm just going to point out right here, is the Knight of Bows, which is the Knight of Wands. Now, the Knight of Wands is like, he is rushing towards his passion. Like he's rushing towards his passion. And the fact that they chose a fox for this is like, foxy lady, like look for that foxy lady, look for the foxiness in yourself. Like, what do you find foxy about yourself? Can you answer that question? Also, it's saying like you are cunning, Gemini. You have what it takes to get what you want. You have what it takes to get what you want. I'll say it one more time because I feel like saying it one more time. Gemini, you have what it takes to get what you want. Okay? Whatever that is. And if you argue with me, then I know that I'm right, because that's what this whole reading is about, is basically you doubting yourself for arguing with yourself like, no, I can't. It's like you've put your own limits on here, and it's because of the reasons that we discussed earlier of like balancing yourself out, connecting with spirituality and stuff like that. So you get the point. You get the idea. I don't need to repeat myself too many times because you're smart. You can grasp what I'm saying. So to continue on with this story over here, what you're moving into is abundance. It's just going to feel a little delayed. I feel like it has felt delayed, whatever that abundance is to you. It could be abundance of money. It could be an abundance of love, of relationships, of friendships, of family, of pets that you love, of whatever the heck you want, experiences that are awesome, like whatever the heck you want in abundance. Get clear on that, because that's the direction you're moving towards. And the sooner you get with the program, the faster you can get what you want. So it's, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it, is just connect with that passion, connect with what lights you up, connect with the things that make you feel on fire on the inside. And if you don't know what that is, then that is going to help you figure that out. Like, go hardcore into trying new things. I feel like connecting with other people is going to help you with that. So really, like, find the people that mean a lot to you and do that for yourself, Gemini. You deserve it. Something I want to point out also is that this stone here that I picked for the air signs this is the stone of, it's called seafoam calcite here, so you can see it. This stone is very much about connecting with your emotions in a very gentle way. It's also a mover of energy. It's going to help you get that stagnant energy out of there and move on with your life so that you can go into what you want, into really, really what you want. So yeah, there's definitely like a call to enliven your soul and to draw out more of that creative side of you, Gemini. Like, get weird with it, okay? Like, the world needs that energy right now, because everything's kind of like, we need more people being true to themselves. We need more people that are fully empowered. We need more people that aren't afraid to express their uniqueness. So definitely get yourself a piece of this, Gemini. I would say blue calcite or green calcite. I really like the seafoam calcite because it's really pretty. So yeah, definitely get yourself a piece of calcite of any kind. It's going to help you move that stagnant energy. Blue or green is going to help, or orange or yellow, I guess all the colors. They're going to help you connect with your emotions and really free up a lot of that space that's been clogging you up. I've literally had to start many different small videos and then splice them together because my phone is like, your storage is too full. Your storage is too full. Clear out some space. So maybe that's what the universe is also asking you to do, is like, see what needs to be cleared out. and you're not as busy as you think you are. You have time to connect with the people around you. So, like I said, that's what I have for you, Gemini. Thank you for spending time with me here, and I hope these messages help you get through the month of July, and yeah, hopefully through the rest of the year too, because this is gold for you, Gemini. And yeah, I can't wait to read for you again later, and I hope to see you again soon. So you take care and have, yeah, a great July. All right. Bye, Gemini.